I'm not going to take the whole Africa on immediately. I'm just going to take where I come from on a little bit. I come from the Ewe people in West Africa. Now, I come from the area, the Ewe area known as Ghana. Now, Ewe people live in the West African region from Ghana through Togo, Benin, former Dahomey, to the western border of Nigeria. That's the Ewe land. We used to be one people, but currently divided into 4 countries. Some of our colonial legacy. Now, but that is the area that I am going to concentrate on. Now, polyrhythm in Ewe music is kind of like, I would say, the way that the Ewes try to make sense out of a very complex world that have very fast-changing moods, emotions, dynamics, events, and so forth. Sometimes things will be just going fine, and sometimes they will not be going, so fine. And the human nature has a habit of trying to somehow make a sense out of very, very complex stuff. So they will use rhythmic structures to create those kind of dynamics. Now, musically, the concept of hitting 2 against 3 is the cornerstone of that kind of a journey into trying to recreate life musically. Now, when I mean 2 against 3, it will be simply like tapping a steady beat of 2 and clapping a 3 against it. A simple groove. Now, when the Ewes do this, one of the beats will be dominant. Now, the one dominant we'll be calling the main beat. Some people will call it the organizing beat and so forth. And the other ones will be called the secondary beat scheme. Now, here, the 2 here is the main, and this is contrasting, going against it, become the secondary. Now, in the process of doing that, the idea is to have moments that everything is just cool together, and moments that there is just all this struggle, just like life. Sometimes things will just be fine, and most all the time they are just going in all kind of directions. Now, the moments that things come together, we enjoy, and when they don't come together, say, hey, it's part of life too. It's our it's our way of trying to accept life and its realities and so forth. Now, among the Ewe people, when we're growing up, one of the things that we learn very quickly is how to be able to manage stress by trying to duplicate various stress phenomena by crashing beats against one another. Now, if I clash this right now, there is a certain kind of tension created between one and the other, because I am dividing the same musical period into 2 and another layer into 3. It's going to create a tension between the 2. Sure, it's create energy and so forth, but it creates a certain amount of tension. The whole idea is, if you get used to managing those tensions, hopefully, in actual life, when you come to meet tensions of those nature in real life, you just think it's music. You'll manage and just move on. Now, so polyrhythm in African music is, philosophically, all at once, not only a fun-making, device, but a way of trying to somehow make sense out of a very, 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 very complex, life and make it easier. So probably you might just think of life as a lot of a great jam, and then until you die, you have a good time. Now, 6 against 4 cross rhythm has been the foundation of our music, meaning we clap, we set up a beat scheme of 4, and then set another 1, 6 going. And there are 2 forms of that. This is the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm clapping as an equal 6 going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now play together. The FA kid, if you ask the FA kid to do 6 against 4 cross rhythm to you, and he understands you, he will just go what? Pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka. You want to try that? Ready? Go, and pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka. Now, in one of the hands will be a steady count of 4. I think in my left, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But collectively, it becomes music. Pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka. Man, you will see us endless nights grooving this and enjoying it. Enjoying the moments that the beat comes together, and the moment that they are traveling become much more dynamic. So the FA kid, pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka, pla, ka, tu, ka, and make it human. Let your emotion go into it. You have a great groove going. Now that is the foundation of of our music. There is another version. Now, if you shift the moment that the 6-beat scheme starts, a pause, an 8 pause, an 8-note pause away, another version occur. I will do the first one, but I will be counting the 4 main beats so you can see the relationship. This is the basic. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the change. The moment of resolution shifted from the first beat to the second main beat. You want to try that and see? We try. We try the very basic one too. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Good. That is the basic. Let's go to the polyrhythmic variant, where we shift the beginning moment of the 6 a pause and see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, and we go from there to 3 against 4 cross rhythm, where you set up a 4 rhythmic structure and hit 3 against it. The same kind of manner. When you have to begin. Right. Now, the rhythm motion down there is slower than when we are doing the 6 and give you a whole different kind of move. Now, when the FA think of these rhythmic structures, sure, they don't think in terms of beats or numbers, mathematical, these things. They think of it in two major ways. Now, the main beat scheme is symbolic of your own purpose in life and the way you're supposed to maintain it to be strong and dynamic so nothing can push it away. So that stays steady and changing. Very, very strong. Now, the other beats that come against it become some kind of obstacles. So all at once, a whole drama is about to unfold, that the characters are defined, and you set your purpose in life and be crashing against it, all these kind of obstacles, which are represented in different kind of beats, and see what come up. Now, it's a good exercise for the mind, but they made great music. Great music in the process. Now, I am going to bring in some friends down here so we can take some few structures for you and and get you involved into it. Eugene, you guys want to help me down here? John? Yeah, these are some friends and colleagues, John Santo, Ali, Eugene here, Mike. Will you believe I'm about to forget your name? You want to try this? Now, this instrument is called gankogi, the Ewe name for it. It's a very versatile instrument. These are a little bit out of tune, but they will do just fine. Now, it's bitonal in nature. The bottom one is the lower pitch, and there. You just hold it up like this, normally. When you play the up, the bottom, you raise it up. When you play the top, you rest it. And music is created by the way you set up the melodic combination.